Thank you for watching. This is now happening now. Honolulu's police chief is holding a press conference about last night's officer-involved shooting in Waipahu. Let's listen in.
The driveway and the structure area onto the street between the female with the walking stick, a vehicle, and the victim, who was the 23-year-old male. This 18-year-old male had a machete. He was swinging at the 23-year-old male, who was now backing away. One officer drew their taser. The second officer drew their firearm. And after several commands to the individual to drop the machete, to stop his actions, he continued. They made separation between the female with a walking stick towards the middle of the street. The victim kept backing away. The suspect with the machete continued to slash at the male, at which time the officers were still commanding the gentleman to drop the machete. He did not. The officer fired one round and hit the male in the torso. He dropped to the ground immediately. He was disarmed at that point, and medical attention was provided to him. The individual who was the victim of the machete slashing, which is an attempted murder case, had injuries to his arm. He is now in custody for abuse of household member incident. That was the original call. And the suspect who was shot in the torso has been arrested for attempted murder, and he is currently incarcerated at that point and time. The officers have 10 and 16 years respectively in the department. They are from the District 3 or Pearl City area. And this is, of course, there's an administrative investigation into the critical incident protocol that we have as standard policy, and that will. We've also offered administrative leave to the two officers that were involved, and at that time, I'll take any questions you may have. Sir.
Could you give us the condition of the victim, or not victim, but the person that was shot in the torso? What is his current condition?
His current condition, he's currently in the cell block as we speak. He's been released from the hospital with a gunshot wound in the torso. So it's not a critical incident, but it's still, he's under doctor's care, but right now he's in custody. He's been released from the hospital.
Are these family members?
Yes, they are.
So the 18-year-old and the woman with the
The 23-year-old is not the family member. He is I don't know if he's related to, he claims that was his wife. I don't know if they're girlfriend, boyfriend, or married, but he is not an immediate family member. He's by marriage or a boyfriend of. The rest were all family members. So the female with a walking stick, the suspect with the machete are all family members, along with the female victim in the original abuse case. Does that make sense?
The 18-year-old did actually strike the 23-year-old with the machete, and that 20-year-old was injured through that.
Yes, he had injuries to his arms, which are consistent with defensive posture of trying to block the machete, yes.
And then the woman originally with the 23-year-old, when the initial call came in, was there any signs of abuse or anything like that?
I don't believe so, because the officers were leaving. I think she was, I won't say uncooperative, but less than forthcoming with information. She just wanted the individual to leave. And I don't believe they saw original signs. I think later on during the full investigation, after the officer-involved shooting, the full truth came out.
Were there any prior reports in that area regarding this group of people where you had police officers respond to the scene in the past?
My understanding is there has been numerous calls over the period of time for that area and maybe that specific apartment. As to what exactly those are, I don't have that information yet.
And again, this is Honolulu's police chief giving details about last night's officer-involved shooting in Waipahu. We're going to have more on this on air and online. Now for some other headlines.